Do you guys want to know how absolutely fucking unhinged my French classes are? I have French classes from Tuesday to Thursday, and I just got the message for tomorrow's class. Like, bro, it's like 6 p.m. on a Monday, and you're sending me the message now? Really? Hi. I am doing something different today because I ordered a microphone, actually, and I am trying to test out how it sounds. I think I sound okay, but let me know what happens, because if it doesn't sound great, then I can always change to my other microphone. I just got really mad at my other mic because it's like the one integrated with my headset, and yeah, you can imagine why that's like not great. This sounds fine. Oh, that's good actually. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully this also cancels out a lot more noise, because the thing with me is I am right next to the window, and it's a window that doesn't actually shut. So every single noise hits the target. Genuinely hadn't even processed you were using a different one. Oh, wow. That's actually a very high compliment to this one. Despite you telling me before. It's fine, you're fine. I'm just gonna be starting the game immediately. The only downside to this is that it's kind of uncomfortable to have it like in front of me right now. So I will have to figure out how to like have it be here without it being weird or whatevs. I am just rambling, I'm starting the game. It sounds super crisp and clear. Oh, that's very good to hear. Alright. Oh, right, I have to get the fucking sound settings to be like, oh yeah, this is fucking Disco Elysium. I am allowed to listen to it. Hold on. There. I think we have audio. Yes, we do. All right. But yeah, I'm very glad that the microphone has actually worked out for once. Like, I enjoy my headset's microphone, but you know, there's something about having a microphone like literally in front of your face like that. It's like not really that cool.
Officer.
Look at this guy.
Is it fun?
Nothing happens.
I am going to leave that white check open just because I don't want to get fucked about it. But yeah, let's fuck, what were we gonna do? I think we were gonna go to the coast, right? Yeah. We need to find the sniper. And it's most likely that they were from there. And it's probably Ruby, but also I don't trust Clausier. So hopefully she's not lying to me, because my entire system is compromised, but Volition keeps being like, knock knock. Okay. Also tonight we have to sing karaoke. If we don't do it, I will literally just start crying. Also, I read that you only have 10 days to do the investigation here, and we are on day 6. So we are kind of getting fucked here. Do you have anything new to say?
Again?
No. What about you?
Yes.
No. None of you are good to me. I'm leaving. Uh-oh. Right? I feel silly, like, uh-oh, we wasted a lot of time. We should be fine though, right? Right? Oh yeah, I was gonna fuck up the lorry driver actually. Let me do that. Why don't we save so that we don't waste any more white checks? Yes.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Oh yeah.
Failing the...
Nope. You know what? I'm gonna try once more. I have had enough of fucking up. I will save scum all I want, and you cannot stop me. I am going to tell you to fuck off.
Looking for something odd?
Failing the...
Damn it. I need this so that I can talk to Joyce. So I am justified, aren't I? In all of this. You know, it feels weird being so distant from the microphone because now I'm like, uh-oh, will they actually pick up my voice at all? But apparently I sound fine, so...
Looking for something, Aunt?
Yes.
Failing the...
How am I failing a 47% check so many times? 42%. You sound great. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, this was a...
Failing.
God damn it, man! Yeah, this is like one of the cheapest microphones that I could find. But I was like, I need to actually hear it in action. And when I did, I was like, huh. Cheap, sounds fine. I guess it works. I don't want to keep walking. So I'm going to save here so that every time I do this, I just don't need to walk.
Failing.
I do not have the time to be fucked over by my own miserable rolls. Actually, is there anything I can,
Looking for something, Aunt?
half
Come
light?
to tell me to fuck off again?
Yes. And I'm going to add a point to half light. 58%, that's better.
Men like this only respect two things. Strength and fear.
Finally!
Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it?
Fuck
Oh.
you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life, you understand? I'm gonna put you in a cell with a giant kid. You're gonna be bleeding. What the fuck? I've been to your fucking lorry. I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, you hear me? What's your name, fuckhead? I'm gonna go on police radio saying this guy told Madre to fuck off. Honestly, I kinda wanna say number one. Does anyone have any options that sound funnier? Here's the thing, number one sounds funny because it's kind of something that I would say. You know what? I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life. No, I feel... God damn it, Detín Marín, Pingüe, Cúcara, Macra, Títere fue, yo no fui, fue usted, pégale, pégale, que el manito fue. I guess.
Fucking... homo cop.
Oh, shut up.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
Oh, you don't, huh?
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably.
Oh,
I
God.
haven't even seen her for days.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he saves face.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there.
Okay.
The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
Gladly.
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
We will.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
Alright. No more having to fuck around and find out with this guy. I have a family. Is it this one? It's green. Oh, this one. Oh ho. Hello.
This green found, A to Z, contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
Well, poor little
This must be
lorry.
the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
Try to peek in the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of the seat and two steering levers. Posters cover the small windows in the back. You can't make out what's on them.
How are we gonna get this open, Kim?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Try the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
Okay.
There's no pick in this lock. The owner has put special care into it. It's a recessed design.
I am not going to trust my odds here. We saw how my odds
This
were
screen
only
found,
better.
A to Z, contemporary. Call down.
Oh, thank God.
truth and justice. With a firm punch that could shatter bone, you smashed through the window. Why you didn't equip and use the pry bar, who knows? But now, release your secrets, Lorry Cabin.
Wait, I don't have the pry bar equipped? So I just punched it?
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be.
Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century.
Dog? Dog? Yeah? Yeah? Oh yeah, you have more to say? Beautiful! Anyway, yeah?
One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
God, I hate it. I have already gone off about why I hate dogs barking, but it's fine. It's not 7 dogs at once. It's fine. Anyway, stop and wonder, what's that smell?
The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. Probably granate number 5.
Pomegranate? Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheathed dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera.
Enough of the posters.
The actresses and the rare actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
Examine the radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together.
Huh. Why would anyone need so many radio stations? Is there anything we can do with the radio? Why would anyone need so many radio stations, actually?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
It's the brain.
A 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
We need that key. What else is there?
The ghostly actresses and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat and the oddly bulging seat cover.
Check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Holy crap, okay, I just had to mute real quick because I started to cough real bad. No idea what that was about, but I was like, oh shit, here we go again. Anyway, sandpaper, just like my throat.
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
The sandpaper would also rub off the powder from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
So Ruby really is running a complex operation out of her lorry.
At least we can now ask Titus some concrete questions about it.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Peel off the cover on the passenger seat.
Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
Bonne prise.
Bonne prise. Good. Fuck, what does that mean? The lieutenant commands you as you shift through the treasure, well worn and folded into neat square. What does prise mean? I am learning French. What does that mean? Google. Translate. Good catch. Okay. Oh lord. Fold open the topmost map.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock. And this person knows them all.
Jeez, Ruby.
There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881. High above the mass of brown and red roofs, that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield.
Where does the road lead?
To Couron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road.
Fold open the second map.
This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, old military hospital, right adjacent to the 41st precinct. No storm will ever drown Revachol. The great solution to the riddle of history. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own.
What is that sound?
The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights.
Look at the third map.
The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath the motorway. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor Tract.
The smugglers have infiltrated the motor tract.
So it would seem.
Yep.
The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
Where does the contraband end up?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
Besmerti? That sounds vaguely familiar.
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes. But really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol.
West side.
With cool names, like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta. It's a dark parody.
I can't get over La Puta Madre. Like, you can't just dip that at my face and expect me not to laugh every time it comes up. Who do you think is behind this then?
It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect.
Fair enough.
Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually accompany it.
He very much is brave.
Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
Half-Light? You good? Oh my god, he still looks like Kuno. Return the stack of papers under the seat.
Best not to disturb the scene.
Yeah.
I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick this up later.
Okay.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently by, and the pull-out toolbox has a rubber handle, worn from years of use.
Okay, well, the pull-out toolbox is next now.
A metallic drawer slides
Yeah.
out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Well, unfold it.
It's an issue of Petit Ferique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
You know, and pushing the pull-out toolbox.
Pull-out toolbox.
Close the door.
Close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Yes, always. I always am happy to talk to you. What do you want?
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Okay, seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation.
Oh yeah.
I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
Oh god.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance.
Okay.
Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Oh, that's bad.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
Definitely, man.
Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. And last but not least, it's Ruby's cabin we found. This is an undeniable connection to the Union.
Classy might have been right about Ruby. She looks awfully lot like one of the poster girls in the cabin. The Union really is neck deep with everything around here, isn't it? Will the RCM open up an investigation into this? No, the Union is really neck deep.
One way or another, they seem to be. Logistically, if nothing else. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them. To other ends, as extra ammunition.
You know what just happened right now? My desk started going like... And I was like, what the fuck? My cat is not in here, so is there an earthquake going on? But then it stopped, so I guess if there's an earthquake going on, you will find out later. Anyway, will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it.
Fair enough.
There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Well, what about Classia? She looks a lot like the poster girls.
Perhaps you're right. This is one connection I find a little dubious, to be honest. I prefer not to profile people's emotions. Perhaps it's because I'm not very good at it, but still.
Oh, Kim.
Actually, he's not bad at it at all.
Oh.
He just doesn't like flimsy connections, especially of this kind.
Which is valid. Okay, debrief over?
Debrief over. After you.
Okay, love you. Next, what we have to do, we should probably go tell Joyce about the drugs investigation. And then we have something come up that we should probably talk to...
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershot. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
Shivers, you're really wonderful, and I really enjoy the what you're narrating, but why do you always have to interrupt me, all of you?
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
Yeah, what the fuck am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your jacket grow heavy. The cold finds its way under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
What's in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts? What is on the shore? Run your fingers through your dampened hair. Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise every day.
Alright, well, what is on the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strikebreakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth to stop shuddering.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within.
Give it to me.
Immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
Give me the wealth. I will redistribute it. And beyond that?
La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What is across the distributary?
Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond the Quran?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
Huh.
You have never been there. They don't need the law east of the river.
What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The news at noon.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil.
A small child continues to play with the soil where the decomposition is, and the other child is just there screaming obscenities. Well, what's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
What is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home.
Where the hood at? Why am I not there? Shudder and look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain.
I would have picked option number 1, but I felt
Your
it wasn't
vision
appropriate.
blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. I'd recommend you put on your coat.
But you're not wearing your coat. I can get you a coat if you want. I don't want you to be cold. Kim, my beloved. My wonderful Kim. Kim, I will get you a coat. Ah! The sea breeze carries more than salt. Meat, not rotten, not fresh. Grilled. Love my little graffiti. Anyway, Joyce, we have to talk to you before we go talk to the Hardy Boys again. Because we have information. Son of a bitch! Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joyce. She gave me the runaround, the little motherfuck. Fine, we have to go to the coast anyway. We'll talk to Titus Hardy back when we return anyway. Is this like scripted? Once you get every bit of information that you need about the traffic jam, she just goes to the coast? God. I want more trash. My requests and my words are like the ramblings of an old man or something. Also, where's my Insulindian Phasmid? Let's see. Alright, Joyce. Where do you go? Here? No, not at all. She's probably here, isn't she? I have not spoken to this woman since I spoke to her the first time, and I have a bad feeling it's gonna be... she's gonna be important or something. Hello! We have information.
I'll just keep the Corda Lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
I keep a Cordelici or... That was a very loud car. And I hate loud cars. But I keep seeing the Cordelici or something, and I keep thinking that she's saying leche, which is milk.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
It's good to see you not swaying with your jetty, I guess.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Me? Have you been spying on us? So how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She cast her gaze towards the village. Slush melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
No.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes
Oh my.
survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
We are here.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
You're right to be scared. This is all your fault. You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. The place is doomed either way. This is all your fault. I kind of want to say this is all your fault, but also try not to be scared. This is how the real city looks. I have no idea what each one is for. Anyway, this is all your fault.
Maybe.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
This fishing village or this island? This island?
No. They're in Celindian, Isola.
What is an Isola? Isolak, exactly.
I'm guessing you don't know then.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion, that's so me. 45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better though. Oblivion, that's so me.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me now, we have time. Tell me something else then. Tell me now, we have time. Yeah, it's 1 p.m. We have
Do
time.
we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Fair enough.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit.
Oh god. Hold on. What is wrong with me today? Tell me again about this drug
Until
trafficking.
you come up with something at that intersection. I'm afraid I have little else to tell you. But I'll try.
I heard something about a complex operation earlier. This adds up.
I'm glad to hear, officer. I'm sure you'll find out just what that means soon enough.
Oh my god.
She simply nods.
I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Wait, where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
Wild Pines is scaring me, Joyce.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
Probably.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
She's trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tells you otherwise. The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
No. Let Kim handle it.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
You know what? I'm just gonna let Kim handle literally anything about this investigation and Joyce. Because I do not trust myself not to say something stupid around Joyce. Joyce is the one character I'm always saying stupid shit around.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
Yes?
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
No shit!
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
What was that about a bloodbath? I've already heard about the connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony. Go back to the bloodbath.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Oh boy.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
Okay, well, I've already heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
So, do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Okay, so it's Oranese and it's Crenell. That tracks at least. But the fact that there's 3 of them is making me nervous.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
Oh, great! Great.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Oh boy.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Oh.
It will be all of them. The decision is already made.
You've made a mess here. I have to say, this is not disco. Maybe the investigations can team up, you know, share our resources and intelligence. Boy, oh boy, is that not good. This is not disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
Yes.
if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
Oh god.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
See, Kim, this is that great bloodletting I've been telling you about. I can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first. Isn't this pretty bleak scenario they're describing? I think the confrontation is inevitable. See, Kim, this is the great bloodletting.
It appears you found it, yes. And I'm not happy for you.
Me neither, don't worry. Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Okay, so what can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
You see, now the fact that I took 6 fucking days to get all this information in place, and now that everything is starting to make sense, it's what's worrying me. Because I don't want to see the Hardy Boys die, actually. Take a sip of water.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lawrence, Eendracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company, tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
So you said the deceased assaulted a woman?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Well, he didn't, so... Who did the passing on then? What did those teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
This does not come as news to us, but still. To your knowledge, where did this assault take place, if you know?
Yeah, we better not give her the information that we have.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
I know the woman you're talking about, we have it under control. Don't mention it. And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Colonel? Colonel. I fucking hate this word. Colonel. This colonel, the one who was hanged. Did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
Oh?
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice. But she had sympathy for this man.
You liked him?
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking.
Huh.
His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
This seems to be a thing with Lily. People seem to like him. His name was...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Well, tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
Oh. Oh. Why did that make me sad?
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body, and Clasia also mentioned it, I believe. What else? Nationality? Accent?
Just don't say classy is right in front of her.
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining two mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out.
Okay.
For one, they're likely to be armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Authority, you can suck my dick. Vigilantes, the RCM gets its authority from the Coalition. Where does theirs come from? We still need to know where they are. We'll confront them directly, okay? We'll steer clear for the moment. We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Logic... Logic medium 10, very high. +1 because we were sent by the Pines. Well, they were sent by the Pines. +1 the scab leader murder, bad reply. So where are these mercenaries?
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader. One is probably in the building overlooking the roundabout. No, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Yeah?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied.
Oh, are
How
they?
would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Okay, that's fair. She's kind of the phase right now, and if the phase does something wrong, then everything falls apart.
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
That's the problem, Kim. I mean, she's kind of keeping appearances as well, but appearances are kind of the piece because what happens when people think someone else is doing something that they aren't or something? Or look, I'm kind of like just rambling, but I kind of understand why she's not doing shit. Regardless, I'm still gonna call her a coward. Anyway, the other is overlooking the roundabout.
Would afford a good vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
I had another question for you.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do you have?
Until the executions start. Truthfully, I don't know.
Oh
It
god.
depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
Oh god.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Well, that's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
If you could have told me all of these before, I wouldn't have been fucking around with the fuck up tattoo stuff. Anyway, now can you tell me all these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence. She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured, like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet and observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver. Has she seen dead bodies before? It's likely.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like, bias on the microcircuit?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
So what is the use of this map? What travelers did the dead man make? What travels, more like? Who could tell me more? What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad.
Oh, wow.
This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
This one is going nowhere but the morgue. I've spoken to him for now. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. This one has flown quite far by now. I've spoken to him.
That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse.
That's... Wow. What troubles did this dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Orkney's capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this,
What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Easlary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
This map thing is neat. Yeah, it is really neat. I really like the way that it's, like, intertwined with the world. I really like the way this game lets the world develop itself through things that just keep happening. Like, you just discover it. It's really neat.
In Martinez, looking into Krenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside, there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
This man is no brother of mine, but this is his service history.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend.
So we all agree. So we all agree that we're gonna go to the guy at the strike, and we're gonna save, and we're gonna show him the picture. Do we all agree?
It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial.
I need the information.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
Yeah, if we go over there, we'll do it.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Thanks for all the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Reality?
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Oh, she got so happy. What is, and it's 97% because plus 12, the jamais vu thought is complete.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it, in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
I don't feel like I have the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want to picture of the world.
Yeah.
There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways? What shape is this world in?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day.
What?
You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG. Occident Reverschol-Grad.
Thank you, Encyclopedia.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark grey corona?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Oh my god, wait, what the hell are you telling me? The pale? And what do you mean corona? What the hell are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
The pale? And what do you mean corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet.
What?
That is, if we are still living on a planet.
Ah?
Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut.
Yeah?
Bring us together. However naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's gonna bring anyone together. Okay, and then everything will be okay?
I don't know about things of that scale. My expertise lies in nations and trade routes, one or several layers below everything.
Oh my god.
But yes, we'll be fine. Don't worry.
She does not seem convinced that you'll be fine. If anything, she's realizing how deep your condition runs.
It certainly doesn't feel like I'm fine. Okay, thanks, okay. It certainly doesn't feel like I'm fine.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco. Doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd like to go to. I don't care about disco, I only care about the commune. Well, if you say it's disco...
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world. However wasted its opportunities.
Oh, I like that.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
You said pale. What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to.
Kim.
His voice is low, but firm. All she can say is,
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
I don't want to. I want to know what the pale is. What do you mean it's not part of reality?
Ma'am, remember you are dealing with a very sensitive and impressionable police officer who is still recovering from a recent medical episode.
The Lieutenant's right. Let's change topics. What do you want to know? Anything.
New task. Talk to Joyce about the pale without Kim.
you could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here. Unless you can convince him to step aside.
Volition medium 10. Ask for Kim to step away while you discuss the pale. Very high, 97%, +1. Kim trusts you. Every time I see the Kim trusts you modifier, I die. Kim, can you step away?
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Kim, can I talk to the ma'am alone for a second?
Fine.
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
No, what is a pail?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, what is a pail?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective.
Oh god.
The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
I feel like we're taking advantage of his trust, but damn, this is fun. I know, I feel... Actually, you know what this reads of? You know what this is about? Kim is trying to protect Harry. That's what's happening here. Kim doesn't want Harry to have another existential crisis because apparently the Pale is a separative tissue between the Isolas. And what is an Isola?
Isola is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
Oh god.
Muindi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
An insulin day is?
An oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest.
Bluest.
What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, and what is a pill like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
What the fuck?
The negation of being.
The negation of...
That's right. The negation of being.
Is it here?
No, Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isola.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world?
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling.
Oh my
Rising
god.
into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest.
It's a...
The most disco thing you will ever see.
You're telling me about a place where reality ceases to exist, and you're telling me that it's the most disco thing I will ever see? Decay exists in every stage of life?
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic.
Oh my god.
The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
If we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path.
What?
But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost. Or having our minds damaged.
The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading.
My
that
god.
is rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology. Maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Who says and who argues?
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
And what does this over-radiation feel
It
like?
feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not the civilian passenger?
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class.
Oh
I'm
my God.
cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well.
Oh my
The
god.
strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass a pale?
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships.
Oh.
It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the pal driver about this. See what she says.
I will.
That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
What is entreprenetic?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E-Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it? The Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation.
Jesus.
Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has entreprenetics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the pale. The only real advance in pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near pale to far pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we do not?
Then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
God, how much pale is there compared to the world?
Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1.
Oh my
There is
god.
more pale than there is matter. And the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment or?
What do you think, Detective?
It's shrinking. There is more and more of the world. It's growing. There's more and more of the pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate.
Oh my
An
god.
intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
It's not extreme at all. I know it's gonna happen. Cover everything that can't be. Where will we go? It's gonna happen.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild pale yonder.
One and all. They say pale is death, but for the universe,
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Let's return to reality, please.
yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective,
Yeah?
is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
Nothing, just alcohol fumes and blackout. I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the pale?
It's terrifying. You were right. Ugh. It's disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with immediate, total, ruthless communism. A powerful anti-communist force, perhaps too powerful, but still, they have it coming. I'm worried, I have to say. It doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Who am I to think anything of it? It will end all life. Her eyes tense, crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it, it's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one that I remember by, I promise. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here. It'll be a fucking disaster, I know it. All those people will die. I'll handle it.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent.
He is!
In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
You didn't have worried. That was fucking insane, Kim. Right, let's get to work, Lieutenant. That was fucking insane, Kim.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
Oh.
You will have to deal with it, too, the Lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Oh, he didn't want me to know. Some more reality lowdown before we go.
I am happy to oblige.
Never mind.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Yep. It's okay, Kim. I'm fine. Ah, I have to save it. We are moving very slowly here. What was that? It was like not letting me run. Oh, Kim. Honestly, Kim worries about us. I am like in love with this man. Is there literally anyone who plays this Elysium who doesn't love Kim? Like for real? It's Lilienne.
Poor thing.
Where is that thing that... Here, this thing. It's like there's something there, but it doesn't want to... What about over here? Anything? Okay, what am I looking for here? I should probably talk to Titus and the Hardy boys. But there's something about this place here. Oh, hey.
The trap, poor things.
I want my phasmid. There's something about this place here, actually. Oh, hello. Door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? Well, cool day. They are probably, look at that. My mouse, like, you can walk here. They are in here. Interface spoiler, thank you. Oh, whoa. Thought?
There's no way the perp isn't here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Can I try to get into?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable.
No.
But I like the spirit. Have some points.
Points?
It's lonely and cold without points. And dangerous. Dangerous too.
Kim, you think she's in there?
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Nothing more to do here then. There's gotta be something here. Some way to get inside. Like, look at those floorboards. What do you have to say for yourself?
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from you. A single person, a host
people.
of men, they ordinary comrades. The
Line of
7
soldiers.
men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles.
Who was in this execution?
Perhaps the one...
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about FELD?
Huh? Perhaps the one executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War, or it could have been the communists put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. What if it was the FELD personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
You mentioned coalition forces.
Yeah. To be honest, if
Okay.
Cold sea behind this building, the other one.
Okay, it's maybe not in here. What about the building with the kid and the guy over there? Also, what is wrong with the little thing over here? The buoyant thing. This thing. Something here. Oh, come on. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Let's go. We're getting in. Oh, this is a much easier route. What about here? Come on. Oh. There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? A sewer. See, you can get in here. 100%. What about you, huh?
You see, a slogan used to intertwine.
looks like tomorrow never came.
Hey, sir, do you know anything?
Hello again.
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
You've had a day off for 6 days now.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off.
Want to hear about the FELD building?
Sure. What's on your mind?
Built this broadwalk?
Yes, they even built...
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps remind.
Yes. It's Lorry, their star engineer. But of course.
Let's see. Hey, child. Actually, maybe down here. There's got to be something here. Oh,
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Yell. What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Yell ho!
There's no echo and no answer.
Damn it. Kim, any idea what's down there?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think we might find Ruby down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now.
4 or 5 times?
In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But not in there?
I hope not.
Well, let's keep searching. I have a very good feeling that she's somewhere around here. Anything here? Give me any thought bubbles? Thought bubbles, please? Spare some thought bubbles? What about over here? Oh. At least they took the body.
There's some tear.
Alright, maybe not in here then. Moonshine probably. It smells like tasty fermentation. It's in here, but how am I supposed to get in there? There's gotta be something here, right? Something. Come on, let me in. Let me in! Maybe if we search the rest of the coast, we might be able to find something else. Like, I'm pretty sure she's gotta be here. And then there's a church. Oh. You can imagine why calls become terrible sometimes. What? Harry? My man's just having thoughts here. I am exploring every inch of this place until I get myself some thoughts that let me go. What about you, huh?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Huh. Alright, let's keep looking then. We have to be thorough. Oh.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot?
Nope.
Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator? Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there?
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
It does look extremely rickety, and wouldn't help much either.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
What about the cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Meh.
Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something.
Exactly.
You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
Look over the water to the Willing and Rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the wave-crossed bay, through heavy, dark grey curtains of rain, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the Whirling in Rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender.
Finish thought. It must have been here. Come on, Kim. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay, barely. Jeez, the sounds in this game are amazing. Anyway, Insulinium Phasmith?
Just dead. Off.
Just dead. Where did that shot come from? Is it really not in here? Hold on. So, check the island for bullet traces. Check the boardwalk for bullet traces. Okay, so basically I only checked one place right now, so to speak. Where else is the island? Although we need to go to the boardwalk, so let's go back upstairs. Come on. You know, every time they say double G freighter or whatever, I keep thinking about, I don't know, the word GIF. Oh, it's a long way down to your death from here, 20 meters at least. Bullets? Bullets? Hello, bullets? Hello, bullets? Bullets? Where's the map? Here's a church. This looks very different. I really don't like how different it looks. But here's the boardwalk. All of this still counts as a boardwalk, right? I have to check the rest of the everything. So the boardwalk and the island. What counts as a boardwalk, though? Is this the boardwalk? I'm trying my fucking best here, man. It's in here. I know it's in here because I can see something up there. The worst part is knowing the answer, but not knowing how to get the game to give you the answer. Alright. Alright. What about the rest of the everything? This is as far as it goes. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Keep your secrets. Okay. Ah. Are you two okay? Let's see, is there anything else here? What about here, huh? This place is weird. Why is it like... Why can I enter it? Why can I go in here? You know, maybe they took the shot from here. You know, Kim? You hear that? Maybe they took the shot from here. I have no idea where else to think about that, though. I've already forgotten about where B prime and B triple prime, I think it was. Where? What about over here? Somewhere in here, maybe. Also, God, I slept like ass, and I am really looking forward. Oh, birds in the birch tree, Betty. Audible coos come from above. Okay. I slept like ass, and I keep thinking about getting myself some more coffee, but I've had like 2 cups of coffee thus far. And coffee usually doesn't wake me up. It just makes me feel a little bit better. But even then, I still do it. Like, I still drink coffee anyway, as if it will wake me. Because for some reason, my brain just keeps making that association. Association? I am just running around the fucking here like a moron. But where else is the boardwalk? What counts as a boardwalk and what counts as the island? Why don't we talk to you, huh?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it.
Hopefully.
The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it about you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
You can still be like, she needs to go on a date with another drunk badly, and you have a -1 because Kim's presence makes it awkward, and that's gotta be the best thing. Looking for someone else, actually. That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
It's an installation, very conceptual. It is a sign of the carnage to come, the great calling. I wasn't feeling it. It was an accident, I'm sorry. I got drunk and apparently dropped it into the sea. An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am. I wasn't feeling it.
Wasn't feeling it? That calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
You are suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage? No, that's senseless sentimentality. Inanimate objects don't have souls. You shut the fuck up. I'm actually in the middle of a murder investigation right now. Are you suggesting we honor the carcass of my motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
I don't think they have funerals for motor carriages. What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world.
Yeah.
Made with our human sweat, and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
That's true.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I mean, but organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
Oh my god.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities, like rejuvenate the zoo in the commercial area, or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
The lieutenant looks at you almost gently. I love him.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
He liked the Capri funeral. Oh, I love him. Anyway, I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh? Who?
I'm looking for a suspect who may have stayed in this neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently, over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week.
Damn it.
The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Really?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll.
I imagine.
Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
That's it.
Really? Are you sure you're not also looking for Nadia Harnancourt? Or Ignis Nielsen? Or the Great Lost City of Ace under the waves?
I am looking for a lot of stuff, aren't I?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's what cops do. I'm an agent of unstoppable forces. No one can escape what's coming for them. I guess so. Doesn't feel like a lot to me. I could be doing more. Maybe there's someone missing from your life? I am an agent of unstoppable forces.
Tense. You're like some kind of dark terrier with your endless searches. Maybe there's something else I can help you with then.
Nope. Be seeing ya. Alright, Kim. I guess that's what we're doing. We're gonna be asking everyone around here what they see. Ma'am. Hello.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Oh, I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Hell yeah. No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do.
Kim is still mad that we
That's
just
it.
run.
I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Thank you. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
Oh.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
Ah.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
You know something, we're here to help. This is like when that man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out. This isn't about the union, you know? You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess.
Ah!
I'm not afraid of them, you know? We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
I see, but you know something. I see, you know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Oh, okay. Kim, wait for me a second. Unless you want to come inside, I mean, I don't have anything to offer you drinks-wise or anything else. I cannot accommodate, but you're always welcome to come in with me. I'm always happy to be with you.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum.
Listen.
The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
I love the music in here.
What is this place to you?
What the fuck? My new hangout where I could settle a sit, drink, and die while looking at the waves roll in. My forward base for the coastal part of the operation. It's free, that's good enough, I could live here. Possible resting spot for my fugitive is what it is. Looks like this is my new home. Wonder where the old one went.
Westward, across the canal, towers the whirling in rags. Door number 1 on the second floor is locked. Behind it lies a trashed room. 1 floor below, behind a counter, stands an irritable man. In a small shack in the fishing village, a Baroque heater hums quietly, emanating a sense of comforting warmth. A wash basin lies on the table, the water inside reflecting the somber face of the world. Far away, on the corner of Perdition and Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant.
This is like a cozy hideout. Thank you, strange sensation, for a fair assessment of the current situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up.
Oh.
The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Oh, here we go again.
Look under the floorboards.
Oh? Yeah, because I saw this.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others.
Yes.
The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in there?
Nothing
What's in there?
catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad.
Uh-oh.
Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
A gun? Search through the sand and
You
sawdust.
stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example.
This bullet isn't for the breech loader like the murder weapon?
The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ma'am? Oh, I just got a bad feeling about this. Actually, before I do anything, I want to check what's up with the new... Oh shit, what did I put on? There. The white polo shirt. Royal Carabinier jacket. The beautifully adorned jacket of Royal Carabiniers has been 3 stars on its shoulders. Oh yeah, it's the one we took from, Fuck. Renee! What about the filthy jacket? Is this a jacket? Okay, give me a second. My cat really wants to get in here. I'll be back. Okay, so she's in here now, and I got on my chair, and suddenly the screen went completely black. I don't know what I did there. It's fine now, but that was the thing. This windbreaker is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso into a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire cannot harm them. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning, this item is not actually fireproof. It's +1 pain threshold and +1 half light, but drama because you sweat like a pig. What does it look like? Oh, it looks terrible. I like just like... My god, look at that. I am just dressing him up. Oh, wait, no! No, wait. Okay, what the fuck did I have? What was I wearing? Shirt. White satin shirt. That's what I was wearing, right? I don't know. I have -1. Oh, hey, my cat is on my lap now. Okay, what was I wearing? Physical instrument. Drama. People. Cut up jacket. What is this? Pain threshold and abolition. And what I'm wearing right now gives me conceptualization but no suggestion. Maybe this actually would be fine. Yeah, because the one for the empathy or something... What was it that it took away? The one for empathy, it's fine. It just like... It goes back to 0, so who cares? Anyway, ma'am, would you care to explain what the bullet was about?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Yeah, why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
Oh?
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet?
Give you a little nod.
You
Okay.
didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented a room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out the rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water slushes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
Hello.
What has she gotten herself into? That girl.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
So you said she left on Monday.
Yes, early with the dogs.
Dogs?
Around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the Lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kim, she must have heard your Kima.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
His voice is tinged with pride. I love him. Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman.
Oh.
At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Well, what do you think? Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
I know you're focused with man, I'm just... Damn, this game is good at world building. Yeah, it's very good at world building. I'm like genuinely impressed with the way that this game has built itself around me and displayed itself around me, because very slowly things started to make sense. I felt just like Harry. I didn't know anything and now I do. And I still don't know anything though. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life, the world, this, spread your hands. Her life.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
Also, the title of the game just struck me based on the conversation we had with the lady earlier. Disco Elysium. Oh, Disco Elysium! Why? Damn it. I love this game.
No, she's a fighter.
I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset. She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I knew of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieu she'd made.
Aw.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
I am.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
She's in one of those buildings.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go then. That place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack. Ma'am, man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village. Are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Further up the coast we go.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater?
Yes,
Seems like a better idea to me.
but only if Kim wants to.
The FELD electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
Have you
What
questions?
more do you want to know about that?
Enough.
Yes.
Let's go.
But one thing, officer.
Yes?
If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Well, ma'am, that depends on whether or not Ruby has killed someone with a sniper rifle. I think. Anyway, that mural. It's the one up here with the guy and the child, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Ain't it?
You see, a slogan used to intertwine.
Step
with
closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof.
Yes.
Broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall. And the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice.
Yes.
There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed, somehow you knew it was here.
I mean...
An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain.
Oh my god.
The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
That Shivers check at the start of this, when it interrupted me from saying the stuff about Joyce, that led me here? I'm like legitimately... Man, this game is starting to pull... This game is starting to put me places, take me places more like, and I am very, very much enjoying the way that everything is starting to culminate. I feel very close to the end. Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Kim.
Why single out this one building?
Oh. Shivers impossible 20, listen to the wind. Very high 97%. +3 found the empty trap, +3 heard Lena's true story, +1 reconstructed the execution, +1 confronted the pigs, +2 established the nightclub, +2 discovered the anomaly, +3 death notification. Alright, hold on. Death notification though.
The once bright mural, even though you're sure you succeeded,
Oh.
all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here? She could be anywhere. How do we find her? What was I even attempting to do?
Trying to talk to the wind. The city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side.
Come on, man.
Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas? A prayer of sorts. To Rivershaw.
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails, if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across a chasm.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
Alright.
An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
Listen to the wind again. Hold on. I am not risking a 97% being
The
possible
once bright
death.
mural. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure. Like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What is happening?
She's down there.
I think she's down there. Below this building.
Okay. Why?
The wind told me. We've looked everywhere else. Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells.
Good, yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there?
Yes, I can literally talk to my hangover. That's how bad it has gotten. The wind told me. Kind of a gut feeling. We've looked everywhere else. Yeah, I can talk to my hangover.
Right. How do we get in, though? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it, enter through the roof?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Okay. Well, there's this. I am like, I know I should stop soon, but I am on the edge of my
An
seat.
old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the FELD building? A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
Come closer and look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
What's in there?
A thin layer of snow gleams inside the pipe.
Okay, what else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
And?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
Could we get into the FELD building through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things.
And
Eh?
it's right here, a maintenance door.
Oh?
It's jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one.
Hold on. Hold on. Did we make it?
Behind the pipe,
Pull it.
the metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms.
Oh my god.
Together
Oh my
with
God.
the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good work. Shall we?
Go in. We did it. Oh my god, we're inside. I think this is a good stopping point now. Oh shit. Yes, absolutely. This is a good stopping point. Holy shit, we made it. And it's like only 4 p.m. Harry, don't do that. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm stopping here. And we're gonna continue this tomorrow. But holy shit, we're making so much progress. We're gonna find Ruby. Oh my god. Oh, excuse me. I wasn't expecting this to be like... I was expecting to have to keep up in the middle of this, but because we searched the entire peninsula, and I was just... I love this game. I'm really excited to see where it goes next, and now that things are finally coalescing, and I said this before, but now that things are finally like coming to an end and a close, everything is coming together, and it makes me very excited to see where it all leads. I fucking knew this was with the building. Not just because, I mean, yes, because I saw the staircase up above and it was like yellow, and you cannot just show me something that I cannot like interact with and go to. Like, it was kind of obvious, but also I am just like, the approach that happened here, it was not what I thought was gonna happen. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I am enjoying myself thoroughly, and hopefully we will be done soon, because this game has taken a while, and I have enjoyed every single second that I've spent in this. But yeah, I think we're nearing the end. I think we're doing it. 6 days later, in game, and we're doing it. Don't apologize. It's real. I like hearing you excited. Oh, come on, just shut it. Come on. But okay, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I will be doing more of these tomorrow, and we will explore this place and see if we can find Ruby. And yeah, for now, I'm gonna go get myself some coffee and maybe something to eat, because I am starving, actually. And yeah. Wow. Thank you, and see you later.